Hi YouTube. I just picked up a package here of Generals All Art Woodless graphite pencils. This is the solid graphite, and I've never actually used this kind of pencil before, but I did happen to see some really nice art by a young artist. Can't remember her name, but you see these videos and they have that speed drawing going on, and it's very hard to pick out what kind of pencils they're using or whatever. And I try to glean every little bit of information I can when I'm watching these videos. And what I did is I slowed it down until I can see that there were some woodless graphite being used, and I thought, you know what, I've been kind of shying away from these. I kind of like wood. Matter of fact, I still like wood, but wood pencils, that is. And the graphite without the wood here is kind of, well, it's kind of different. So I want to give this a shot. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up this package here. It's one of those where you got to tear it to pieces and then you can't use it anymore, unfortunately. But, I'm going to go all Conan on this right now, and I guess you can always use the plastic part as a tray, though, as long as you don't tip it over. But, all right, well, there we go. I've butchered that package pretty darn good. Let me just get rid of this trash. Alright, now, it comes with a little eraser. You know, the thing I think about with these pencils is that when you sharpen them, you're clearly going to be chewing up a lot of that graphite into your trash. Pretty interesting. It almost feels like glass. You know, you can hear them as they land on each other, and I would assume if you smack them, you'll probably break the poor thing in half, so I don't advise doing that. And it looks like what I have here is I have HB, 2B, 4B, 6B, so that's a pretty nice range. I like the B range. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. I'm curious as to how they feel on the paper. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so they go on really nice. There was a little resistance there. I'm not sure if that was just my imagination. Now, I haven't sharpened these to a point. I kind of used them right out of the package. And if you'll see right here, they're kind of got a square tip to it, so they're not actually sharpened to a real point. And I'm not going to actually do that at this minute. Right now I just want to kind of get an idea how it feels. And I guess they're pretty good. It's kind of hard to describe. It always is when you're trying to give a review on these pencils. But it does seem to go on nice and smooth. I'm not getting an even application here, but I'm sure that's because I'm not used to this, but here I'm doing a lot better now. Here we go. I'm sure as I first start using this, I'm going to have to use my eraser, my putty eraser, to pick up these dark spots that I've made inside the thing here. Let me just kind of zoom in here so you can see. I'm kind of afraid for the pencil to roll off my pad here and just kind of snap in half. And I don't want to do it just to demonstrate it. So it kind of feels fragile in the sense that if you drop this on the ground, like if it rolls off your desk and it falls on a hard floor, and I have a wood floor here, I'm curious as to, well, I'm not curious enough to try it, but if any of you actually have used these woodless graphite sticks, if you have found that if they fall from 2-3 feet and hit, a hard floor, do they snap in half? do they shatter? Do they break? And maybe you can leave a comment below and let me know. I would appreciate it, and I'm sure others will as well. But I'm not going to do it myself because this is the actually the first set that I've ever owned. And this is the 2B. It goes on nice and dark. I like that. It's pretty good. For a 2B, that's a pretty dark 2B. Wow. So I'm going to imagine I'm going to get some pretty dark shading going on here with these pencils. Let me see. That's a 2B. That's pretty dark for a 2B. Okay. So let's go with a 4B. Okay, this is the 4B. And let's see how that's going to do. That's pretty dark too, though it's not, I'm not quite seeing it darker than the 2. Let's, okay, this is a 2 right here, and this is the 4 I'm doing right here. Okay, you know, I'm gonna have to be tough on these pencils here. Okay, here again's here's the 2B again. Okay, and I'm just going to apply equal pressure on each one. That's the 2B. Okay. And verify that this is the 4B. You know, for a 2B and a 4B, I'd like to see a little bit more demarcation between the two. I'm just not. I'm sorry, but I mean, can you see? I mean, yeah, okay, it's mildly darker, but it should be a lot darker than that. I would think, at least it normally is with the other pencil sets. Let me try something here. That's what these videos are all about, is to do some real experimenting. Here's the Mitsubishi 2B. See if I can get this all in the camera here. Okay, let me zoom back out again. All right. Okay, here's the Mitsubishi's 2B. And I can lay it down a lot evener. That's not the way to talk, but a lot more even coverage one time without having to go over it. And notice the difference. Wow. Okay. And then I'm going to go with the 4B now, with the Mitsubishi 4B. All right. And move that up. All right. See, 2B, 4B is a clear distinction here. And then if you go here, look at this. That 2B is a lot darker than that 2B. And that 4B is a lot darker than that 4B. So one thing I can tell you right off the bat is that these woodless pencils from General are going to be generally, no pun intended there, generally, darker. These apparently are darker pencils. Here's the 6B. I'm going to put the 6B down on here. Oh, that's dark. Wow, that's dark. That's a dark pencil. Wow. Okay. Whew. And then I'm going to put in the Mitsubishi 6B, which is also a nice dark, smooth pencil. But it's not as dark as those woodless ones. I can tell you that right off the bat. All right. And let me bring that up for you again. Look at that. That's a 6B with this woodless pencil. Okay. So, what's my impression of these woodless pencils? I'll tell you, they are great for making dark graphite impressions. In other words, I like these. I mean, I really do like how dark they are. And I'm going to test the shine here. Yeah, they all have shine, so that's graphite for you. It has shine. But for a 6B pencil, that is a very dark, that's a very dark 6B pencil compared to the standard 6B. So you want to get some pop out of your pictures. These woodless are really nice, and I could see why that one young artist that I was watching her videos was using these woodless for the dark areas and so forth. So yes, I highly recommend these pencils. They do serve a purpose. I'm still going to stick with my wood pencils for my drawing, but if I got to get in and get some really dark things going on there, I'm not going to hesitate to grab one of these woodless pencils for that and get that dark. Now I'm going to say this though, however, is that as far as the woodless pencils are concerned, I think from here on out, I'm going to stick with 6B on up. If there's like an 8B or a 9B or 10B in woodless, I'm going to go for that as well. And stick with these for the dark images. But as far as those that are lighter than the very darkest darks, I'll remain with the wood pencils. And that's pretty much my own take on it. These overall, they're dark. It seems to be dark across the range here. Go back to this HB here, and as you can see, the HB, that's a dark HB pencil, okay, and that's definitely darker than your standard HB. So I won't have any use for that, and I probably won't have any use for the 2B, but I think 4B or 6B on up, pretty handy pencils to have for those really dark, contrasty type things you want to do with your pencils. Anyway, I hope I was able to share enough to give you enough information on these. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, leave comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.